At the point where worry begins to shape the story too strongly, it becomes essential to return to self-trust and to the simplicity of lived experience. Not every shift in behavior from others carries hidden meaning, and not every moment of distance signals intention or betrayal. People move through their own inner worlds, often dealing with pressures and distractions that have nothing to do with us, even when it feels personal. When emotions intensify, it can seem as though life is pointing toward a dramatic revelation, but most of the time, life is quieter and far less coordinated than the mind imagines. Choosing to slow down the narrative allows space for understanding rather than reaction. It creates room for conversations instead of conclusions, and curiosity instead of assumption. If something truly matters, clarity can be found through honest communication, not through speculation or fear-based interpretation. What protects your peace is not the act of decoding every signal, but the willingness to stay grounded when signals feel confusing. In doing so, you preserve both your emotional balance and the integrity of your relationships. The strongest response to uncertainty is not escalation, but calm presence and thoughtful inquiry. From that place, you regain control over your perspective and prevent fear from writing stories that reality never confirmed. Instead of searching for hidden plots, focus on what you can actively shape in your own life. Growth becomes clearer when attention shifts from suspicion to constructive action and honest dialogue with those around you. Peace comes from clarity, not imagined conflict, and from trust in present reality as it actually is today, right now. They have mistaken your silence for weakness, your kindness for permission, your loyalty for blindness. But destiny is whispering in your ear right now, revealing that tomorrow is not a day of loss for you. It is a day of exposure for them. Their real intentions, the ones they hid behind smiles, polite messages, and fake congratulations, will finally crack open. My child, something big is coming, bigger than their plan, bigger than their alliance. And the moment it arrives, everything about this story will flip in a way even they didn't predict. But here is the most dramatic part. They think they know the version of you that stayed quiet. They think they're dealing with the old you, the one who doubted yourself, who over-explained, who trusted too easily, who ignored your inner warnings because you didn't want to assume the worst about people. What they don't know is that you are entering a phase where your intuition becomes sharper, your heart becomes wiser, and your path becomes protected like never before. Tomorrow, when they move toward what they believe they can take away, destiny will make them face something they never prepared for. The power of someone chosen, guarded, and spiritually elevated beyond their calculations. This is the moment where their plan becomes their downfall, and your silence becomes your shield. Stay with me, my beloved child, because what happens next will not just shock them, it will change you, my radiant soul. Before I reveal what tomorrow is truly hiding, you need to understand the shift that just happened around you. Tonight, as you hear these words, the energy that once felt heavy around your life has started to crack open like glass under pressure. Those 4 people, the same ones who smiled at you a little too wide, who asked questions a little too softly, who pretended to support you while subtly watching every step you took, have underestimated something crucial. They assumed you were standing alone. They assumed no one was protecting you. But what they didn't realize is that the universe has been watching everything from a higher angle. Every whisper they shared, every message they deleted, every expression they tried to hide when your name came up, all of it has already been recorded in destiny's memory. They think tomorrow belongs to their plan. They don't know tomorrow belongs to your awakening. And what they're preparing to steal is not just an object. It's a part of your life they never deserved to touch. But pause here with me for a moment, because you're not listening to an ordinary story. You are hearing the unraveling of the truth they tried so desperately to bury. They assumed your silence was a weakness, but right now, your silence is becoming their fear. As they gather tonight, exchanging glances, reviewing their plan, preparing their move, unaware that everything around them is shifting. You are being aligned with clarity, strength, and protection. The same path they walked confidently yesterday will feel like quicksand tomorrow. They will think they're coming toward you with control, but destiny will make them face themselves instead. And before I tell you what they want to take from you, hear this. Nothing built from truth, sweat, sacrifice, and sincerity can ever be stolen by hands driven by jealousy or insecurity. What they think they can grab effortlessly will slip through their fingers the moment they reach for it. And now, before we move deeper into their plan, take a breath, because what comes next needs your full attention. If this message is resonating with your spirit, if your heart is feeling that strange pull, that intuitive vibration that says, yes, this is for me, then stay connected, stay present, stay locked in. This moment matters. This story is unfolding for you, not to you. And as we continue, everything will become clearer, and the truth will land exactly where it needs to. My awakened heart, now we step into the part of the story where the curtain finally begins to lift. You have felt the shift for days, those sudden moments when your intuition whispered, something isn't right, someone is watching, something is moving behind your back. You didn't imagine it. The energy around you has been reacting to their intentions long before you ever heard these words. Those 4 individuals, yes, the same ones who pretended to clap for you, have been circling around your life like shadows searching for a light they can extinguish. But here's the twist they never saw coming. The light isn't outside you, the light is you. And that terrifies them more than their own reflection. Tonight, as they finalize their little alliance, they are unaware that every step they take toward you is triggering a shift in the universe that works against them. They feel bold now, but tomorrow, as they move closer to what they think they can snatch from your hands, something incredible will happen. Their confidence will collapse under the weight of the truth you are about to step into, because the very thing they want to take is the exact thing destiny is about to double in your life. My child of strength, listen carefully now, because this is the moment where everything sharpens. They don't want your material possessions. They don't want something they can simply carry away. There are moments when it feels like people around you are circling your progress, watching closely as something important in your life begins to take shape. When you are on the edge of change, even small misunderstandings can feel heavier than they are, and intentions can become easy to misread. It may seem as though others are competing for recognition or trying to step into spaces you have worked hard to build, but often what is really happening is a mix of ambition, miscommunication, and timing, rather than a deliberate attempt to undermine you. In times like this, the most powerful response is not suspicion but clarity, staying grounded in what you know you have earned, and communicating openly instead of assuming the worst. Growth has a way of bringing both support and friction, and both can teach you something about your direction. You might soon experience a moment of clarity where confusion settles, and you finally see which relationships are collaborative and which ones simply need healthier boundaries. That realization doesn't have to feel dramatic or faded. It can simply be a quiet understanding that helps you refocus your energy. Whatever unfolds next, your progress is shaped more by your consistency and awareness than by the actions of others. Keep your attention on what you are building, stay honest with yourself, and allow events to reveal their meaning in time, rather than forcing interpretations too early. Often the clearest perspective arrives after emotions settle, when you can look back and understand what was real, what was assumed, and what simply needed patience, rather than reaction in the moment itself gently. You won't have to accuse them. You won't have to fight for what is yours. The universe is already positioning the right eyes to see the truth, the right ears to hear what has been hidden, and the right moment to reveal what was done in secret. What they plan to steal will become the very thing that slips out of their reach and lands securely in yours. Their alliance will crumble the moment destiny steps in. And when it does, the world around you will finally understand why you were being prepared so carefully, why you were being strengthened so quietly, and why this message reached you at the exact right second. Stay here, my child. The next part will reveal exactly how their plan collapses, piece by fragile piece. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. My rising warrior, this is the moment where the truth begins to tighten around their plans, like a rope they unknowingly tied around themselves. Tonight, as they sit together, for minds, one intention, they believe tomorrow is their victory day. They think they've created the perfect trap, the perfect story, the perfect situation to pull your opportunity away from you. But what they don't know is that destiny has already shifted the weight of the situation in your favor. Their alliance isn't a sign of their power, it's a sign of their desperation. And the universe always reveals desperation before it reveals downfall. They are preparing to move against you, but something is happening behind the scenes they can't see. Your energy is being amplified. Your intuition is sharpening. Your name is silently rising in rooms they know nothing about. And the very thing they are trying to steal is slipping further from their reach with every breath they take. My beloved child, tomorrow isn't just another day. Tomorrow is the day their illusion cracks and your path clears. But listen now, because this part matters more than you realize. Their plan depends on one thing, that you remain unaware. They are counting on your calmness, your quiet nature, your tendency to avoid drama. They think you won't sense the shift. They think you won't notice the tension in their voice, the sudden change in how they look at you, the way they've started observing your every step. But your spirit is far more aware than they expect. You've already felt the strange heaviness. You've already sensed the distant echo of something coming. And right now, this message is aligning your focus so destiny can place you exactly where you need to be when the truth reveals itself. If these words are shaking something inside you, if your heart feels that deep pull, then do one thing. Don't let this message stay only with you. Let it travel. Let it reach those who need to hear similar warnings. Let the energy move forward. When something resonates this deeply, it's not meant to remain silent. It's meant to be carried. And now, as we approach the turning point of their crumbling plan, hear this final part with all your attention. Tomorrow, they will make their move, but destiny will make its move first. Someone unexpected will witness something they didn't intend to reveal. A hidden truth will rise to the surface. A conversation will shift the entire momentum. And in that moment, their united front will begin to fracture from the inside. Their confidence will shake. Their strategy will fall apart. And the very thing they wanted to steal, your position, your recognition, your breakthrough, will be secured even more tightly in your hands. My beloved child, you are not heading toward loss. You are heading toward a revelation that will redefine everything. Stay close, because the next part will show exactly how destiny exposes them, one by one. My chosen spirit, now we enter the moment where the universe begins to pull the curtain open with unstoppable force. The four who schemed against you are stepping into a trap they created for themselves, unaware that every intention they formed in secret is now echoing back toward them. Tomorrow, when they approach what they believe is your weakness, they will be confronted with a reality they never imagined. Someone they trusted inside their own circle has started doubting the plan. One of the four, the quiet one, the hesitant one, the one who never fully agreed but went along out of fear, is beginning to feel the weight of guilt press against their chest. Tonight, they can't sleep the way the others do. Their thoughts are restless. Their heart is uneasy. And their intuition is screaming that the path they're walking isn't just wrong, it's dangerous for them. What feels, in the moment, like a small crack in coordination is really just the natural instability that comes when people are unsure, overthinking, or not fully aligned with one another. Tomorrow, when the situation unfolds, there may be a brief hesitation from one of the individuals involved, not something dramatic, or intentional, but the kind of pause that happens when someone is caught between what they plan to say and what actually feels appropriate in real time. That single moment of uncertainty could quietly change the tone of everything that follows, not because of any hidden agenda, but because human interactions are rarely as controlled as we imagine them to be. As the group moves forward, trying to present a unified version of events, the reality of the situation may prove harder to shape than expected. A neutral observer could happen to be present at some point during the interaction, someone without prior context, expectations, or emotional investment in what has been building up. This person would not expose anything, but their outside perspective might simply notice things others are too close to see clearly, subtle discomfort, uneven communication, or moments where the story doesn't fully align. And often, that kind of neutral awareness naturally shifts how everyone carries themselves. It introduces a pause, a sense of being seen more broadly than anticipated, which can encourage more careful and honest communication. In that shift, what felt tense may soften into something more grounded, where people become more aware of how they're coming across and less caught up in trying to control every detail. The outcome isn't about collapse or hidden schemes, but about how quickly dynamics change when perception widens and everyone realizes the moment is being understood from more than one angle at once. Their confidence depends on no one paying attention, but destiny is placing someone right there to witness the moment their mask begins to slip. This witness isn't there by accident. They are part of your protection, part of your divine timing, part of the force that ensures what is yours remains yours. And the minute this person steps in, the four will realize something terrifying. The situation is escaping their control. My beloved child, feel the gravity of this final part in your chest, because this is where the entire story turns in your favor. When that witness steps forward, when the hesitant member of their group stumbles, when the first layer of their plan cracks, everything they worked so hard to hide will begin revealing itself without you having to say a single word. Tomorrow, a truth they buried will slip out through a nervous tone. A lie they rehearsed will crumble under a simple question. A detail they tried to twist will expose itself in front of the wrong person. And the very opportunity they wanted to steal, the recognition meant for you, the moment destined to carry your name, the breakthrough written in your timeline, will be redirected straight into your hands with even more force than before. They will watch, helpless, as the moment they try to steal becomes the moment that lifts you higher. They won't understand how everything flipped so quickly, but you will, because you knew all along that destiny never lets anyone take what was built by your spirit, your effort, your truth. And as their plan falls apart, you will step into a new season where the four who united against you become the four who must watch you rise. My unstoppable soul. This is the point where the entire energy around your story shifts from warning to revelation. Tomorrow won't unfold the way they rehearsed it. They think they have planned every detail, every angle, every word they'll use to twist the situation in their favor. But destiny, quietly, powerfully, perfectly, is preparing something they never expected. A reversal so sharp, so sudden, so undeniable, that their confidence will crumble the moment it begins. And it starts with this. The truth they try to bury is already leaking into the air around them. Someone near them has begun to sense their strange behavior. Not the witness from before, another person entirely. Someone who talks less, but observes more. Someone who knows you, respects you, and notices small shifts in energy. This person has already picked up on the tension. They've seen the exchanged glances. They've felt the off vibe. They may not know the full plan yet, but tomorrow they will, because destiny is guiding them into the exact space where their presence will disrupt everything the four gather to do. Without saying a word, their arrival will shift the balance of the entire moment. But listen closely now, because this next part is the turning point you've been waiting for. As the tension builds, as the four prepare to move, as the room gets heavier with their hidden intention, you will step into the scene with an energy that stops them cold. You won't need anger, You won't need confrontation. You won't need to expose anything. The power you carry tomorrow won't come from words. It will come from alignment. Your presence alone will remind the universe why it chose to protect you in the first place. Their plan requires you to look unaware, but tomorrow, you will walk in with a calmness that shakes them. They will glance at each other, silently asking, how does this person look so unbothered? How do they seem so centered? Did someone warn them? And that tiny seed of doubt, planted in their minds by your unexpected strength, will begin tearing through their strategy like lightning splitting a tree. One of them will hesitate, another will panic, another will try to force enthusiasm to hide their nerves. And the last one, the one who thought they were the mastermind, will realize the energy is no longer bending in their direction. As new opportunities begin unfolding, you may notice that situations which once felt uncertain suddenly become much clearer. Conversations may shift, perspectives may change, and people around you may finally begin recognizing qualities they failed to appreciate before. But the most important transformation is not happening around you. It is happening within you. You are no longer approaching life from the same place of fear, self-doubt, or emotional exhaustion that once controlled your decisions. The experiences you survived taught you resilience, patience, and the importance of protecting your peace instead of constantly seeking approval from others. That inner growth is what truly changes everything. Success becomes more meaningful when it is built on self-respect rather than desperation. Recognition feels different when it arrives after you have already learned to believe in yourself without needing outside validation first. There will always be people who misunderstand your intentions or fail to recognize your value immediately, but that no longer has the power to stop your progress. The future opening in front of you is not based on luck or coincidence alone. It is connected to every lesson you learned while rebuilding yourself through disappointment, uncertainty, and change. What once looked like setbacks are now becoming part of the reason you are more prepared for this next stage of life. This chapter is not about revenge, proving people wrong, or watching others fail. It is about finally stepping into a version of yourself that no longer hides its strength, no longer questions its purpose, and no longer waits for permission to move forward with confidence and clarity. My victorious child, this is where everything turns in a way so dramatic, so unexpected, so perfectly timed, that even destiny pauses to watch. Tomorrow, the very day they marked as the moment they would steal what belongs to you, will become the day their own shadows betray them. As they step forward, trying to carry out the final move of their plan, something powerful will happen. The universe will pull back the veil completely. All the hidden intentions, the whispered conversations, the fake smiles, the rehearsed lines, everything they believe they hid so well, will begin to reveal itself through the smallest, most unavoidable mistakes. One of them will speak too quickly, another will slip and say something they weren't supposed to. Their energy will feel off, their timing clumsy, their confidence shattered, and the person standing nearby, the one destiny placed there at the right time, will catch every detail, not because they're suspicious, but because the truth itself will force its way into the open. My beloved child, destiny has decided that tomorrow will not be the day you lose anything, but the day they lose control over everything. And now, watch how the universe flips the script. The opportunity they wanted to twist in their favor will suddenly shift toward you with immense force. Someone in authority, someone whose opinion carries weight, will look at you differently tomorrow. They will notice your sincerity, your steadiness, your authenticity. They will sense something powerful around you, something the four could never fake, no matter how hard they try. This person will instinctively feel drawn to your energy, your presence, your truth, and in that exact moment, the universe will highlight you the way sunlight highlights a single flower in a field. Suddenly, the room will recognize your value. The atmosphere will shift toward you. A door will open, that the four never expected to open in your favor. And the very thing they planned to take, the spotlight, the recognition, the position, the breakthrough, will be handed to you naturally, effortlessly, divinely. They will stand there, stunned, watching destiny elevate the one they tried to block. My beloved child, feel the power in this final movement of the story. When the truth reveals itself tomorrow, their alliance will crumble. The hesitant one will withdraw, the nervous one will slip, the jealous one will grow silent, and the mastermind will realize that their plan was never strong enough to interfere with divine timing. They will watch the universe place you exactly where you were meant to be, higher, brighter, stronger. And the moment they see this, something inside them will break, not you. The next chapter of your life is not meant to be built on conflict, fear, or the need to constantly look over your shoulder. It is meant to be built on alignment with the person you have worked hard to become. That alignment changes everything because it shifts your focus away from external drama and toward internal stability. Instead of obsessing over who tried to hold you back, you become more interested in protecting your peace, strengthening your goals, and creating a life that genuinely reflects your values. Success, reached through emotional chaos, rarely feels fulfilling for long, but success built through clarity, patience, and self-awareness carries a different kind of meaning. The recognition you seek may not arrive through dramatic public moments or instant validation. Sometimes the greatest reward is simply becoming someone who wakes up feeling lighter, more confident, and more connected to their own direction. There is power in realizing that your future no longer depends on winning battles with people who misunderstood you. It depends on how consistently you choose growth over bitterness and purpose over distraction. As life continues moving forward, some individuals may eventually recognize the strength they failed to see in you before. Others may never fully understand your journey at all. Either way, your progress does not need their permission. The important thing is that you no longer measure your value through their opinions. You are learning how to trust your own voice, honor your own progress, and allow your actions to speak louder than your frustrations ever could. That is the kind of confidence that lasts, because it is rooted in self-awareness instead of temporary